Nouns.
名詞、
Proportion. The proportion of boys to girls.
男子と女子の比率、
The proportion of boys to girls. The proportion of boys to girls.
Contract. Sign a contract with Google.
Google との契約にサインする。
Sign a contract with Google. Sign a contract with Google.
Appointment. Make an appointment with the doctor.
医者に予約する。
Make an appointment with the doctor. Make an appointment with the doctor.
Treasure. Discover treasure.
財宝を発見する。
Discover treasure. Discover treasure.
Stock. The Tokyo stock market.
東京株式市場。
The Tokyo stock market. The Tokyo stock market.
Facility. Public facilities.
公共施設。
Public facilities. Public facilities.
Sum. A large sum of money.
多額のお金。
A large sum of money. A large sum of money.
Rank. A man of high rank.
高い地位の人。
A man of high rank. A man of high rank.
Democracy. A modern democracy.
近代民主国家。
A modern democracy. A modern democracy.
Emergency. An emergency room.
救急治療室。
An emergency room. An emergency room.
Protest. A protest against the Vietnam War.
ベトナム戦争に対する抗議。
A protest against the Vietnam War. A protest against the Vietnam War.
Track. The tracks of a lion.
ライオンの足跡。
The tracks of a lion. The tracks of a lion.
Vehicle. A vehicle for communication.
意思伝達の手段。
A vehicle for communication. A vehicle for communication.
Routine. A healthy daily routine.
健康的ないつもの日課。
A healthy daily routine. A healthy daily routine.
Stuff. Write really good stuff.
本当に良いものを書く。
Write really good stuff. Write really good stuff.
Row. Sit in the front row.
最前列に座る。
Sit in the front row. Sit in the front row.
Wheel. A water wheel.
水車。
A water wheel. A water wheel.
Dawn. At the dawn of the 21st century.
21世紀の夜明けに。
At the dawn of the 21st century. At the dawn of the 21st century.
Welfare. Social welfare.
社会福祉。
Social welfare. Social welfare.
Perspective. See life from a new perspective.
新しい見方で人生を考える。
See life from a new perspective. See life from a new perspective.
Enthusiasm. His enthusiasm for soccer.
彼のサッカーに対する情熱。
His enthusiasm for soccer. His enthusiasm for soccer.
Faith. Blind faith in technology.
技術への盲目的信頼。
Blind faith in technology. Blind faith in technology.
Occupation. A well-paid occupation.
給料の良い職業。
A well-paid occupation. A well-paid occupation.
Witness. A witness to the accident.
事故の目撃者。
A witness to the accident. A witness to the accident.
Kingdom. The Kingdom of Denmark.
デンマーク王国。
The Kingdom of Denmark. The Kingdom of Denmark.
Equivalent. There's no English equivalent to haiku.
俳句に相当するものは英語にない。
There's no English equivalent to haiku. There's no English equivalent to haiku.
Objective. Achieve the objective.
目標を達成する。
Achieve the objective. Achieve the objective.
Pile. Put the plates in a pile.
皿を積み重ねておく。
Put the plates in a pile. Put the plates in a pile.
Shelter. Find shelter from the cold.
寒さから逃れる場所を見つける。
Find shelter from the cold. Find shelter from the cold.
Trial. Trial and error.
試行錯誤。
Trial and error. Trial and error.
Honor. It's a great honor to work here.
ここで働けるのは大変名誉です。
It's a great honor to work here. It's a great honor to work here.
Territory. Defend a territory.
縄張りを守る。
Defend a territory. Defend a territory.
Frame. A window frame.
窓枠。
A window frame. A window frame.
Border. Cross the Russian border.
ロシア国境を越える。
Cross the Russian border. Cross the Russian border.
Statistics. According to official statistics.
公式の統計によると、
According to official statistics. According to official statistics.
Enterprise. A private enterprise.
民間企業。
A private enterprise. A private enterprise.
Fee. Pay school fees.
授業料を払う。
Pay school fees. Pay school fees.
Load. Carry a heavy load.
重い荷物を運ぶ。
Carry a heavy load. Carry a heavy load.
Grain. World grain production.
世界の穀物生産高。
World grain production. World grain production.
Review. A review of the law.
その法律の再検討。
A review of the law. A review of the law.
Prejudice. Prejudice against women.
女性に対する偏見。
Prejudice against women. Prejudice against women.
Strain. Put a strain on the heart.
心臓に負担をかける。
Put a strain on the heart. Put a strain on the heart.
Trap. Fall into a trap.
罠にはまる。
Fall into a trap. Fall into a trap.
Temper. Have a quick temper.
すぐカッとなる気性である。
Have a quick temper. Have a quick temper.
Slave. A black slave.
黒人の奴隷。
A black slave. A black slave.
Wound. A knife wound.
ナイフの傷。
A knife wound. A knife wound.
Divorce. An increase in the divorce rate.
離婚率の増加。
An increase in the divorce rate. An increase in the divorce rate.
Tune. The melody of the tune.
その曲のメロディー。
The melody of the tune. The melody of the tune.
Height. Summer is at its height.
夏真っ盛りだ。
Summer is at its height. Summer is at its height.
Faculty. The science faculty.
理学部。
The science faculty. The science faculty.
Span. The average lifespan.
平均寿命。
The average lifespan. The average lifespan.
Dimension. The moral dimension of science.
科学の道徳的側面。
The moral dimension of science. The moral dimension of science.
Worship. The worship of God.
神に対する崇拝。
The worship of God. The worship of God.
Version. The latest version of the software.
そのソフトの最新版。
The latest version of the software. The latest version of the software.
Parallel. Have no parallel in history.
歴史上匹敵するものがない。
Have no parallel in history. Have no parallel in history.
Horizon. Sink below the horizon.
地平線の下に沈む。
Sink below the horizon. Sink below the horizon.
Acquaintance. Friends and acquaintances.
友人と知人。
Friends and acquaintances. Friends and acquaintances.
Burden. Become a burden on society.
社会の重荷になる。
Become a burden on society. Become a burden on society.
Jam. Avoid traffic jams.
交通渋滞を避ける。
Avoid traffic jams. Avoid traffic jams.
Poison. Poison gas.
毒ガス。
Poison gas. Poison gas.
Constitution. The Japanese Constitution.
日本国憲法。
The Japanese Constitution. The Japanese Constitution.
Administration. Business administration.
企業の経営。
Business administration. Business administration.
Charm. A city full of charm.
魅力にあふれた都市。
A city full of charm. A city full of charm.
Organ. Sense organs.
感覚器官、
sense organs, sense organs.
Prey. The prey of the lion.
ライオンの餌食、
The prey of the lion. The prey of the lion.
Venture, a joint venture with Taiwan.
台湾との共同事業、
A joint venture with Taiwan. A joint venture with Taiwan.
Mission. Carry out a dangerous mission.
危険な任務を果たす、
Carry out a dangerous mission. Carry out a dangerous mission.
Inquiry, inquiry into the cause of the fire.
火事の原因に関する調査、
Inquiry into the cause of the fire. Inquiry into the cause of the fire.
Award. The Academy Award for Best Picture.
アカデミー最優秀作品賞、
The Academy Award for Best Picture. The Academy Award for Best Picture.
Strip, a long strip of paper.
長い紙切れ、
A long strip of paper. A long strip of paper.
Distress. Be in economic distress.
経済的苦難に陥る、
Be in economic distress. Be in economic distress.
Circulation, increase blood circulation.
血液の循環を高める、
Increase blood circulation. Increase blood circulation.
Shade. Keep the beer in the shade.
ビールを日陰に置く、
Keep the beer in the shade. Keep the beer in the shade.
Stereotype, a stereotype of Americans.
アメリカ人に関する型にはまったイメージ、
A stereotype of Americans. A stereotype of Americans.
Client. A lawyer and his client.
弁護士とその依頼人、
A lawyer and his client. A lawyer and his client.
Output, the factory's output.
その工場の生産高、
The factory's output. The factory's output.
Lord. Praise the Lord.
神を称える、
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord.
Convention, follow social conventions.
社会の慣習に従う、
Follow social conventions. Follow social conventions.
Mine. Discover a gold mine.
金鉱を発見する、
Discover a gold mine. Discover a gold mine.
Craft, a traditional Japanese craft.
日本の伝統工芸、
A traditional Japanese craft. A traditional Japanese craft.
Core. The core of the problem.
問題の核心、
The core of the problem. The core of the problem.
Stroke, die of a stroke.
脳卒中で死ぬ、
Die of a stroke. Die of a stroke.
Frontier. America's last frontier.
アメリカ最後の辺境、
America's last frontier. America's last frontier.
Peer, set him apart from his peers.
彼を仲間から離す、
Set him apart from his peers. Set him apart from his peers.
Vessel. A fishing vessel.
漁船、
A fishing vessel. A fishing vessel.
Disability, people with disabilities.
障害を持つ人々、
People with disabilities. People with disabilities.
Gravity. Zero gravity in space.
宇宙の無重力状態、
Zero gravity in space. Zero gravity in space.
Ethic, a question of medical ethics.
医学の倫理の問題、
A question of medical ethics. A question of medical ethics.
Terminal. A railroad terminal.
鉄道の終点、
A railroad terminal. A railroad terminal.
Tide, swim against the tide.
潮流に逆らって泳ぐ、
Swim against the tide. Swim against the tide.
Abuse. Child abuse.
児童虐待、
Child abuse. Child abuse.
Incident, the small incidents of everyday life.
日常生活の小さな出来事、
The small incidents of everyday life. The small incidents of everyday life.
Laboratory. A space science laboratory.
宇宙科学研究所、
A space science laboratory. A space science laboratory.
Conference, an international conference.
国際会議、
An international conference. An international conference.
Continent. Cross the American continent.
アメリカ大陸を横断する。
Cross the American continent. Cross the American continent.
Insurance. National health insurance.
国民健康保険。
National health insurance. National health insurance.
Site. A construction site for a new hotel.
新しいホテルの建設用地。
A construction site for a new hotel. A construction site for a new hotel.
Poverty. Live in poverty.
貧乏な生活をする。
Live in poverty. Live in poverty.
Shortage. Food shortage.
食料不足。
Food shortage. Food shortage.
Affair. International affairs.
国際情勢。
International affairs. International affairs.
Exception. The only exception to the rule.
その規則の唯一の例外。
The only exception to the rule. The only exception to the rule.
Wage. Work for low wages.
安い賃金で働く。
Work for low wages. Work for low wages.
Wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom.
知識と知恵。
Knowledge and wisdom. Knowledge and wisdom.
Tax. Pay taxes on the land.
その土地にかかる税金を払う。
Pay taxes on the land. Pay taxes on the land.
Leisure. Have no leisure time for sports.
スポーツをする暇がない。
Have no leisure time for sports. Have no leisure time for sports.
Barrier. The language barrier.
言葉の壁。
The language barrier. The language barrier.
Category. Fall into the same category.
同じ範疇に属する。
Fall into the same category. Fall into the same category.
Unit. The family as a social unit.
社会の単位としての家族。
The family as a social unit. The family as a social unit.
Reputation. The restaurant's reputation.
そのレストランの評判。
The restaurant's reputation. The restaurant's reputation.
Virtue. The virtue of hard work.
勤勉の美徳。
The virtue of hard work. The virtue of hard work.
Courage. Have the courage to tell the truth.
真実を話す勇気を持つ。
Have the courage to tell the truth. Have the courage to tell the truth.
Sympathy. Feel sympathy for the victim.
犠牲者に同情する。
Feel sympathy for the victim. Feel sympathy for the victim.
Union. A labor union.
労働組合。
A labor union. A labor union.
Document. Sign important documents.
重要書類にサインする。
Sign important documents. Sign important documents.
Volume. A 10,000 volume library.
蔵書1万冊の図書館。
A 10,000 volume library. A 10,000 volume library.
Ceremony. A religious ceremony.
宗教的儀式。
A religious ceremony. A religious ceremony.
Era. The beginning of a new era.
新しい時代の始まり。
The beginning of a new era. The beginning of a new era.
Dispute. Settle international disputes.
国際紛争を解決する。
Settle international disputes. Settle international disputes.
Campaign. The campaign to plant 1 million trees.
100万本の木を植える運動。
The campaign to plant 1 million trees. The campaign to plant 1 million trees.
Mankind. The history of mankind.
人類の歴史。
The history of mankind. The history of mankind.
Murder. Mass murder.
大量殺人。
Mass murder. Mass murder.
Landscape. Landscape painting.
風景画。
Landscape painting. Landscape painting.
Destination. Reach the final destination.
最終目的地に着く。
Reach the final destination. Reach the final destination.
Tale. Tell a fairy tale.
おとぎ話をする。
Tell a fairy tale. Tell a fairy tale.
Reform. Political reform.
政治改革。
Political reform. Political reform.
Muscle. Muscles and bones.
筋肉と骨。
muscles and bones, muscles and bones.
Prospect. Future prospects.
将来の見通し。
Future prospects. Future prospects.
Corporation. Run a large corporation.
大企業を経営する。
Run a large corporation. Run a large corporation.
Colony. A former British colony.
元イギリスの植民地。
A former British colony. A former British colony.
Quarrel. A quarrel with my wife.
妻との口論。
A quarrel with my wife. A quarrel with my wife.
Profession. An intellectual profession.
知的職業。
An intellectual profession. An intellectual profession.
Fever. Have a high fever.
高熱を出している。
Have a high fever. Have a high fever.
Pause. A 3-minute pause.
3分間の休止。
A 3-minute pause. A 3-minute pause.
Furniture. A room with little furniture.
家具の少ない部屋。
A room with little furniture. A room with little furniture.
Privilege. White privilege.
白人の特権。
White privilege. White privilege.
Prosperity. Economic prosperity.
経済的繁栄。
Economic prosperity. Economic prosperity.
Genius. A musical genius.
音楽の天才。
A musical genius. A musical genius.
Seed. Plant pumpkin seeds.
かぼちゃの種をまく。
Plant pumpkin seeds. Plant pumpkin seeds.
Symptom. Symptoms of cancer.
がんの症状。
Symptoms of cancer. Symptoms of cancer.
Merit. His greatest merit.
彼の最大の長所。
His greatest merit. His greatest merit.
Layer. Destroy the ozone layer.
オゾン層を破壊する。
Destroy the ozone layer. Destroy the ozone layer.
Clue. A clue to the mystery.
その謎を解く手がかり。
A clue to the mystery. A clue to the mystery.
Fiction. Truth is stranger than fiction.
事実は小説よりも奇なり。
Truth is stranger than fiction. Truth is stranger than fiction.
District. The city's business district.
その都市の商業地区。
The city's business district. The city's business district.
Prison. Spend 2 years in prison.
刑務所で2年過ごす。
Spend 2 years in prison. Spend 2 years in prison.
Companion. My traveling companion.
私の旅行仲間。
My traveling companion. My traveling companion.
Executive. Tobacco company executives.
タバコ会社の重役たち。
Tobacco company executives. Tobacco company executives.
Justice. A strong sense of justice.
強い正義感。
A strong sense of justice. A strong sense of justice.
Procedure. The check-in procedure.
チェックインの手続き。
The check-in procedure. The check-in procedure.
Ray. The sun's rays.
太陽光線。
The sun's rays. The sun's rays.
Heaven. Go to heaven.
天国に昇る。
Go to heaven. Go to heaven.
Luxury. Lead a life of luxury.
贅沢な生活を送る。
Lead a life of luxury. Lead a life of luxury.
Oxygen. Oxygen in the air.
空気中の酸素。
Oxygen in the air. Oxygen in the air.
Fund. Lack of funds.
資金不足。
Lack of funds. Lack of funds.
Theme. The theme of the book.
その本の主題。
The theme of the book. The theme of the book.
Boundary. The boundary between two countries.
二国間の境界。
The boundary between two countries. The boundary between two countries.
Ambition. His ambition to be a writer.
作家になりたいという彼の熱望。
His ambition to be a writer. His ambition to be a writer.
Forecast. The weather forecast.
天気予報。
The weather forecast. The weather forecast.
Psychology. Study social psychology.
社会心理学を研究する。
Study social psychology. Study social psychology.
Charity. Give money to charity.
慈善のために寄付する。
Give money to charity. Give money to charity.
Committee. The International Olympic Committee.
国際オリンピック委員会。
The International Olympic Committee. The International Olympic Committee.
Physician. A physician at the hospital.
その病院の医者。
A physician at the hospital. A physician at the hospital.
Shelf. Take a book from the shelf.
棚から本を取る。
Take a book from the shelf. Take a book from the shelf.
Affection. A deep affection for animals.
動物への深い愛情。
A deep affection for animals. A deep affection for animals.
Candidate. A candidate for president.
大統領候補。
A candidate for president. A candidate for president.
Bomb. An atomic bomb.
原子爆弾。
An atomic bomb. An atomic bomb.
Priority. Give top priority to safety.
安全を最優先する。
Give top priority to safety. Give top priority to safety.
Obstacle. An obstacle to communication.
コミュニケーションの障害。
An obstacle to communication. An obstacle to communication.
Appetite. Have no appetite.
食欲がない。
Have no appetite. Have no appetite.
Tension. Relieve tension.
緊張を緩和する。
Relieve tension. Relieve tension.
Tribe. A Native American tribe.
アメリカ先住民の部族。
A Native American tribe. A Native American tribe.
Budget. Cut the defense budget.
防衛予算を削減する。
Cut the defense budget. Cut the defense budget.
Temple. An ancient Greek temple.
古代ギリシャの神殿。
An ancient Greek temple. An ancient Greek temple.
Sorrow. Joy and sorrow.
喜びと悲しみ。
Joy and sorrow. Joy and sorrow.
Satellite. A communication satellite.
通信衛星。
A communication satellite. A communication satellite.
Insight. A deep insight into life.
人生に対する深い洞察。
A deep insight into life. A deep insight into life.
Cough. Have a bad cough.
ひどい咳が出る。
Have a bad cough. Have a bad cough.
Fate. Decide your fate.
君の運命を決定する。
Decide your fate. Decide your fate.
Scheme. A training scheme for pilots.
パイロットの訓練計画。
A training scheme for pilots. A training scheme for pilots.
Insult. An insult to women.
女性に対する侮辱。
An insult to women. An insult to women.
Inhabitant. The inhabitants of the country.
その国の住民。
The inhabitants of the country. The inhabitants of the country.
Fossil. Burn fossil fuels.
化石燃料を燃やす。
Burn fossil fuels. Burn fossil fuels.
Motive. The motive for the killing.
殺しの動機。
The motive for the killing. The motive for the killing.
Instinct. Human instinct to fight.
人間の闘争本能。
Human instinct to fight. Human instinct to fight.
Legend. The legend of Robin Hood.
ロビン・フッドの伝説。
The legend of Robin Hood. The legend of Robin Hood.
Empire. The Roman Empire.
ローマ帝国。
The Roman Empire. The Roman Empire.
Suburb. Live in the suburbs of London.
ロンドンの郊外に住む。
Live in the suburbs of London. Live in the suburbs of London.
Architecture. Study modern architecture.
近代建築を学ぶ。
Study modern architecture. Study modern architecture.
Passion. Love and passion.
愛と情熱。
Love and passion. Love and passion.
Horror. A horror movie.
恐怖映画。
A horror movie. A horror movie.
Logic. Persuade him with logic.
彼を論理で説得する。
Persuade him with logic. Persuade him with logic.
Dozen. 2 dozen eggs.
2ダースの卵。
2 dozen eggs. 2 dozen eggs.
Harvest. A good harvest of rice.
米の豊かな収穫。
A good harvest of rice. A good harvest of rice.
Ingredient. The ingredients of the cake.
ケーキの材料。
The ingredients of the cake. The ingredients of the cake.
Hypothesis. Test the hypothesis.
仮説を検証する。
Test the hypothesis. Test the hypothesis.
Voyage. The first voyage of Columbus.
コロンブスの最初の航海。
The first voyage of Columbus. The first voyage of Columbus.
Editor. The editor of a fashion magazine.
ファッション雑誌の編集長。
The editor of a fashion magazine. The editor of a fashion magazine.
Option. Have no option.
選択の自由がない。
Have no option. Have no option.
Hemisphere. The southern hemisphere.
南半球。
The southern hemisphere. The southern hemisphere.
Mechanism. The mechanism of a clock.
時計の仕組み。
The mechanism of a clock. The mechanism of a clock.
Anthropologist. Anthropologists study people.
人類学者は人間を研究する。
Anthropologists study people. Anthropologists study people.
Crew. The crew of the space shuttle.
スペースシャトルの乗組員たち。
The crew of the space shuttle. The crew of the space shuttle.
Tragedy. Greek tragedy.
ギリシャ悲劇。
Greek tragedy. Greek tragedy.
Refrigerator. Put the meat in the refrigerator.
肉を冷蔵庫に入れる。
Put the meat in the refrigerator. Put the meat in the refrigerator.
Fare. Pay the bus fare.
バスの運賃を払う。
Pay the bus fare. Pay the bus fare.
Debt. Pay the debt.
借金を返す。
Pay the debt. Pay the debt.
Curriculum. The high school curriculum.
高校の教育課程。
The high school curriculum. The high school curriculum.
Component. The components of the body.
人体の構成要素。
The components of the body. The components of the body.
Wheat. Plant wheat and corn.
小麦とコーンを植える。
Plant wheat and corn. Plant wheat and corn.
Usage. Modern English usage.
現代英語の語法。
Modern English usage. Modern English usage.
Garbage. Take out the garbage.
ゴミを出す。
Take out the garbage. Take out the garbage.
Famine. A terrible famine in Africa.
アフリカのひどい飢饉。
A terrible famine in Africa. A terrible famine in Africa.
Extinction. Animals in danger of extinction.
絶滅の危機にある動物たち。
Animals in danger of extinction. Animals in danger of extinction.
Purse. Take money out of the purse.
財布からお金を取り出す。
Take money out of the purse. Take money out of the purse.
Folk. English folk music.
イギリスの民族音楽。
English folk music. English folk music.
Explosion. The population explosion.
人口爆発。
The population explosion. The population explosion.
Portion. A large portion of your salary.
給料の大部分。
A large portion of your salary. A large portion of your salary.
Organism. Marine organisms.
海洋生物。
Marine organisms. Marine organisms.
Merchant. The Merchant of Venice.
ベニスの商人。
The Merchant of Venice. The Merchant of Venice.
Myth. Ancient Greek myths.
古代ギリシャの神話。
Ancient Greek myths. Ancient Greek myths.
Priest. A priest in the church.
教会の神父。
A priest in the church. A priest in the church.
Funeral. Weddings and funerals.
結婚式と葬式。
Weddings and funerals. Weddings and funerals.
Wildlife. Protect wildlife.
野生生物を保護する。
Protect wildlife. Protect wildlife.
Congress. The United States Congress.
合衆国議会。
The United States Congress. The United States Congress.
Bay. A boat in Tokyo Bay.
東京湾に浮かぶ船。
A boat in Tokyo Bay. A boat in Tokyo Bay.
Penalty. The death penalty.
死刑。
The death penalty. The death penalty.
Heritage. Japanese cultural heritage.
日本の文化遺産。
Japanese cultural heritage. Japanese cultural heritage.
Diversity. American cultural diversity.
アメリカの文化的多様性。
American cultural diversity. American cultural diversity.
Thumb. The thumb of my left hand.
私の左手の親指。
The thumb of my left hand. The thumb of my left hand.
Geography. History and geography.
歴史と地理。
History and geography. History and geography.
Envelope. Put the letter in a pink envelope.
ピンクの封筒に手紙を入れる。
Put the letter in a pink envelope. Put the letter in a pink envelope.
Discrimination. Discrimination against women.
女性に対する差別。
Discrimination against women. Discrimination against women.
Virus. The AIDS virus.
エイズのウイルス。
The AIDS virus. The AIDS virus.
Statue. The Statue of Liberty.
自由の女神像。
The Statue of Liberty. The Statue of Liberty.
Athlete. A professional athlete.
プロの運動選手。
A professional athlete. A professional athlete.
Pioneer. A rock and roll pioneer.
ロックンロールの先駆者。
A rock and roll pioneer. A rock and roll pioneer.
Trait. Personality traits.
人格の特徴。
Personality traits. Personality traits.
Bond. Strong family bonds.
家族の強い絆。
Strong family bonds. Strong family bonds.
Grocery. Go to the grocery store.
食料品店に行く。
Go to the grocery store. Go to the grocery store.
Secretary. His secretary's desk.
彼の秘書の机。
His secretary's desk. His secretary's desk.
Dialect. Speak the local dialect.
地元の方言を話す。
Speak the local dialect. Speak the local dialect.
Astronomy. Galileo's astronomy.
ガリレオの天文学。
Galileo's astronomy. Galileo's astronomy.
Youngster. Today's youngsters.
今日の子供たち。
Today's youngsters. Today's youngsters.
Yard. A tree in the yard.
庭の木。
A tree in the yard. A tree in the yard.
Finding. The findings of the study.
その研究による発見。
The findings of the study. The findings of the study.
Strategy. British military strategy.
イギリスの軍事戦略。
British military strategy. British military strategy.
Lung. His heart and lungs.
彼の心臓と肺。
His heart and lungs. His heart and lungs.
Opponent. Beat an opponent.
敵を倒す。
Beat an opponent. Beat an opponent.
Ritual. A religious ritual.
宗教的な儀式。
A religious ritual. A religious ritual.
Outcome. The outcome of the race.
レースの結果。
The outcome of the race. The outcome of the race.
Conservation. Conservation groups.
環境保護団体。
Conservation groups. Conservation groups.
Mammal. Whales and other sea mammals.
クジラなどの海の哺乳類。
Whales and other sea mammals. Whales and other sea mammals.
Telescope. NASA's Space Telescope.
NASA の宇宙望遠鏡。
NASA's Space Telescope. NASA's Space Telescope.
Refugee. Refugee camps in Palestine.
パレスチナの難民キャンプ。
Refugee camps in Palestine. Refugee camps in Palestine.
Code. Break the dress code.
服装規則を破る。
Break the dress code. Break the dress code.
Flavor. The flavor of fresh fruit.
新鮮なフルーツの風味。
The flavor of fresh fruit. The flavor of fresh fruit.
Particle. The particles of light.
光の粒子。
The particles of light. The particles of light.
Nursing. 24-hour nursing.
24時間看護。
24-hour nursing. 24-hour nursing.
Suicide. Commit suicide.
自殺をする。
Commit suicide. Commit suicide.
Habitat. The natural habitat of bears.
熊の自然生息地。
The natural habitat of bears. The natural habitat of bears.
Bullying. Bullying in schools.
学校のいじめ。
Bullying in schools. Bullying in schools.
Dinosaur. Dinosaurs died out.
恐竜は絶滅した。
Dinosaurs died out. Dinosaurs died out.
Council. The New York City Council.
ニューヨーク市議会。
The New York City Council. The New York City Council.
Gender. Age and gender.
年齢と性別。
Age and gender. Age and gender.
Surgery. Have open heart surgery.
心臓切開手術を受ける。
Have open heart surgery. Have open heart surgery.
Innovation. Technological innovation.
技術革新。
Technological innovation. Technological innovation.
Protein. High protein food.
高タンパク質の食べ物。
High protein food. High protein food.
Nutrition. Enough sleep and nutrition.
十分な睡眠と栄養。
Enough sleep and nutrition. Enough sleep and nutrition.
Web. Be caught in a spider's web.
蜘蛛の巣にかかる。
Be caught in a spider's web. Be caught in a spider's web.
Emission. Reduce carbon dioxide emissions.
二酸化炭素の排出を減らす。
Reduce carbon dioxide emissions. Reduce carbon dioxide emissions.
Ape. Monkeys and apes.
猿と類人猿。
Monkeys and apes. Monkeys and apes.
Molecule. A single DNA molecule.
一つの DNA 分子。
A single DNA molecule. A single DNA molecule.
Sweat. The smell of sweat.
汗の匂い。
The smell of sweat. The smell of sweat.
Transplant. A heart transplant operation.
心臓移植の手術。
A heart transplant operation. A heart transplant operation.
Castle. A sandcastle.
砂の城。
A sandcastle. A sandcastle.
Cartoon. A popular cartoon character.
人気漫画のキャラクター。
A popular cartoon character. A popular cartoon character.
Tip. The tip of my finger.
私の指の先。
The tip of my finger. The tip of my finger.
Cattle. Raise sheep and cattle.
羊と牛を育てる。
Raise sheep and cattle. Raise sheep and cattle.
Density. High population density.
高い人口密度。
High population density. High population density.